From the humble old penny to the latest developments in digital forms of coins, currency has been an important step in the development of human societies. This series will be going over the history of currency, from the first coins in early Mesopotamia to the tally stick to the creation of modern currencies that we all know and love, all supported with museum artifacts from various areas. Before we get started though, we first need to define what a currency actually is. According to Investopedia, a currency is a unified medium for exchange and trade. It is a universal value of a unit. A currency must have a limited supply, creating some idea of value around it so that people trust in it and think that it is valuable. Before we talk about the first currencies, what was actually used before that? Before currency was developed, a system of bartering was used. It was first put in action in Mesopotamian tribes in roughly 6000 BC and later adopted by the Phoenicians. The system was basically trading things you have for things you do not have. For example, if I had a field of wheat but no livestock, I could trade my wheat for livestock with someone who had an abundance of livestock but lacked wheat. Valuable commodities were also traded for ordinary necessities. Common things that were traded were spices, tea, food, and popularly salt. In fact, salt was so necessary for curing meat and fish that Roman soldiers were actually paid in salt. You may be asking why swap the currency when the bartering system was clearly working. Well, bartering of course had its downside. Three things. First of all, it wasn't portable. It was hard to carry around a whole cow with you just to trade, right? Third of all, there wasn't a unified exchange rate. People traded different amounts of goods for things that were worth the same. Third, there's a less likely chance to find someone who wants your exact goods but also is trading something that you want as well. This is why a unified currency was needed. It was largely up to debate what the first currency is. There are two main coins in this debate. The first is the Mesopotamian shekel. The word shekel started as a unit of weight, roughly around 11 grams, but the unit was different for different regions. From roughly 2400 BC, silver and other precious metals were used as a balance of payments, and the shekel, the weight, as a unit of weight, was used to measure these precious metals. These were not coins, however. They did not have a standard weight and were not verified, were not stamped. The first minted shekel was made in roughly 650 BC. The difference between these coins and the previously used precious metals were that these were weighed and stamped, meaning they had a more standard use case across regions. The shekel coin soon became widespread, having different variants in different regions. For example, the half shekel silver coin was used during the Second Jewish Temple in the Roman Empire as an annual donation to the temple for maintenance and upkeeping. These were mainly Tyrian shekels, shekels made in Tyre. As these shekels were pure silver compared to others, they were used more often and were thought to be more valuable. During the start of the First Jewish Revolt, or the First Jewish-Roman War, Jewish rebels started minting their own shekels with the temple's silver reserves, making the shekel a symbol of Jewish political defiance. However, by year 4, the silver reserves of the Jewish temple started running out, and so therefore the temple started producing more and more bronze shekels instead of silver shekels. The shekels were also used in ancient Carthage, a Phoenician city-state in modern Tunisia. These were used to pay Carthage mercenary armies during the Punic War from 264 BC to 146 BC. The second potential first currency is the spade coin. During roughly the same time as the development of the shekel, in China, although not the conventional circular coin shape, different other types of currencies were being made. One of the earliest is the spade currency, starting being made sometime between 640 BC to 550 BC, with earliest mints potentially being made in 770 BC. These developed from the basic weeding tool, the spade. Even after becoming a currency, the spade coin continued to have a hollow socket at the end for a handle to be attached. Unlike its contemporary, the shekel, spade coins were not made of precious metals like silver. Instead, they were made from normal metals such as copper. The spade coins soon became flatter and smaller, losing their hollow socket between 475 BC to 221 BC. This was probably because convenience to carry around became more of an issue. Although the debate about the first currency is still raging, it is possible that the two different currencies developed independently of each other, not being influenced by each other at all. After the development of these two currencies, many others followed, such as the gold stater in Egypt and the knife coins also developed in China. This series, or following episodes, will continue the development of currency as well as the development of other institutions such as banks that are very important in our discussion of currency. I hope you enjoyed today's video and learned something from it. I'll see you guys next time.